talking about? Wives, huh? Baby mamas, kids. What order do we put them? Where we at with it? How you feel about that, God?
Shit, man. It all depends on where you standing in your life right now. You know, if you're a single man, you don't have kids or nothing like that, then it'll be just your mama. You know,
Yeah.
if you got married and your mamas don't have no kids, well, baby mama still out of the equation. So it's just it'll be the wife and the mama. Now, when the kid gets involved,
Yeah.
it would definitely be the wife and the kid, then the mama.
Yeah.
You know, and then if you have a kid with another woman, then you have the baby mama.
Baby mama last.
So the thing
Baby
is,
mama last.
hell yeah, the baby mama last.
And that ain't no disrespect to the baby mama, like saying that, like, you know,
Now you're not trying to say like fuck you or
baby
nothing
mama
like that, yeah.
You know, and nobody's disrespect the baby mama. It's just, you know what I'm saying?
Because the thing is that, yeah, of course you're always gonna love your mother, you know.
Yeah.
But there's a time when you leave the nest. The time when you know it's like, all right, now I gotta start my own thing, start my own family.
Yeah.
Because the thing is like, depending on your mother's marital status, if you're still married with your father, or she's married with somebody else, or she's not married at all. Bottom line, like she has her own life to go through too, you know.
Yeah.
Because part of her growing stage is watching you grow.
Exactly.
So now it's like she has to see you spread your wings and all that.
Exactly. She has to see her son grow into a man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? She don't want to be coddling no mama's boy.
Nope.
Not no real mother. A real mother want to see her baby boy grow into a man. She don't want to see no, you know what I mean? Motherfucker coddling and trying to still suck on the nipple. You know what I mean? Like, no.
No.
You know what I mean? No.
You don't need no grown man breastfeeding.
Nah. And that's something that people gonna talk about. PGT.
PGT.
PGT. People gonna talk about what? About a grown man still sucking on the nipple. Mama's boy. A mama's boy. Come on, man. A mama's boy.
Shit.
Nah, we out here trying to, you know what I mean?
Nah, yeah.
Mature men. Mature boys and the men type thing. So I would say, you know, the wife, the kids, the mama, and then the baby mama. And like I said, no disrespect to the baby mama, because that don't mean that you're a bad baby mama, nothing like that. You could be the best in the world. But when you and your significant have moved on from one another,
yeah.
You know, somebody new in his life, and he's had kids with that person, you know what I'm saying? You gotta respect that. Hope everybody respect everybody. You know what I'm saying? But then that becomes his number one. Like the mother is like geometry. It's the given. So
yeah,
that's like the given. It's geometry. It's the given. But he has got him a new number one. That's his new. You know what I mean? You gotta respect that. You know, that's his new wife, and boom, you got a kid with him now. That has to be number two.
Yeah.
And then of course the mother. All right, and then the baby mother. But like I said before, that's no disrespect. That's no disrespect. Some people had their mama coming in at number one. So I don't know. How you feel about that?
The only way, like I said, if you don't have any wife or kids or anything like that, and you know your mother's still alive, she'll be number one. Now, if you have a wife, she'll be number one. Because again, like, your mom raised you. And guess what? Her husband, your father, that's his number one. Your mom.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, the thing is like, we're part of their stage of life, and now we're making our own course to create the next stages of the other life.
Yeah.
So the wife has to be first because you're creating stuff with her. You know?
Exactly. And what you created has to be second.
Yeah.
And what you created has to be second.
Exactly. Because they're
Yeah.
gonna flock their wings too and move on the nest.
But there are people out there that adamantly stand on mama number one. Now, is that just some type of mama's boy type of situation, or is there any validity to that?
So what I think is that too much pampering and cuddling at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
So the pampering, cuddling, and especially if there's no father around, it can be
There you
more
go.
no, it can be more intense. Now, from my perspective, okay,
There you go.
I grew up with no father. You know,
Okay.
he left when I was 3 years old. You know,
My father left when I was young too.
but the thing was, is like, yeah, I felt sad about it, but I never was like hunting for another father or nothing like that.
Yeah, no doubt.
And I live with all females in my house, you know, so it's predominantly female thinking in the household. But
I had one brother and all sisters.
yeah,
Yeah. So it's the same story. It's the same story. Yeah.
especially in arguments. But you know what? I never got like, like I never became like, I don't know what to say.
Growing up with your mother and your sisters never made you soft, never
Yeah,
made
like
you,
you know what I mean? Like
yeah. It never, nah. I understand what you're saying, and
like
I'm the same way. Like, but for some people, but I think that goes back to who your mother was and who your sisters were and stuff like that. Like they wasn't trying to turn you into a goddamn Barbie doll or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, or
Like,
like a fucking like a baby. Like to be honest, it's like a little pet.
yeah, yeah,
But you know
yeah,
why? It's
you,
because my mom, she would always have to work, and she
yeah,
would give us tasks, things to do in the house, and make sure that there was rules. A lot of these new parents don't give rules, and they just freaking wipe their kids' asses all the time.
yeah,
They clean up after them. If my room was messed up, she'll get mad. If there's anything messed up in the living room, she'll get mad. Like there was rules to this shit, you know what I mean? Like when you like that's how it was. Like my mom was going out, getting the bread, making sure she was able to pay every bills, giving us food and stuff, and buying things that what we want and need. But like it was like a kind of an agreement. It's like, all right, clean the house, make
yeah.
sure everything is good and neat in order. I don't want to hear no problems. I don't want to hear like problems in school and stuff like that. Make sure you get good grades, and do the things you need to do. And like as I got older, it gave me more like it gives me more feeling of independence.
Yeah,
Because,
yeah,
for example, I remember one time when I was 14. I was low on clothes, right? I was like, damn, man, I need to do laundry, right? And
yeah.
then usually, like, it would be like my mother or sister to do the laundry. So I called my mom at the job. I was like, hey, mom, like, I really need clothes and, like, I want to do my own laundry. She was like, I asked, like, can you tell me, like, what to do over the phone? And she's like, yeah, of course. So she
Uh-huh.
told me the steps, like, and then ever since then, I did my own laundry.
Yeah, man.
And that's like the little things.
It's the little things.
You
It's
know?
the little things, man. It's the attention to detail, man. It's those little things that count more than the bigger things, man. It's the little things,
Yeah,
man.
I know people are like in like their mid-20s still have their parents doing their own laundry. Now, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like if you live in the house and stuff, like maybe your parents are
Yeah,
like,
your
hey,
mom's gonna be your mom's. Listen, your mom's gonna be your
yeah,
mom's until the day you die. You could be
yeah,
40, 50 years old. Your mom's still gonna be your mom's. You're still gonna come in the room if you in that house or whatever. You there for the weekend. Who knows what the
yeah.
situation
She gonna
is.
be your mom.
She's going to be your mom. She's going to grab your clothes and throw them in the laundry and all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about.
Yeah,
But yeah, but we talk about them situations, man. Like there's some situations out there, man. Like the dynamic is effed up. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
there's some fucked up situations where it comes to kids and parents and stuff like that. That's why these conversations are important. The wife, the kid, the mother, or the baby mom, and stuff like that. And what it has to do with is it's not just the titles, the subjective titles of what we're talking about, wife, kids, baby mamas and baby mamas. It can go in so many different directions. Like you were speaking about before, there's so many different entities involved in this shit.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, who is your wife? Who are your kids? You know what I'm saying? How did your mother raise you? You know what I'm saying? And who is your baby mama? Like, if you don't know those areas, then that's why it's like a fingerprint. Nobody's when it comes to a wife, kids, mama, and baby mama, it's like a fingerprint. None of us are the same. I guarantee it. It's impossible to have anybody the same. You know what I'm saying? So it's a deep conversation because for me, I think people look at it differently. Most people would say, like we already spoke about, your wife, your kids, your mama, and then your baby mama. But then there are people out there, I'm telling you, man, because I've spoken to people that are strongly behind their mother first. Do I agree with that? No. Can I kind of see where they're coming with it?
Yeah, because they feel like,
a little percentage, I can see what you're trying to say. But hell no, I don't agree with it. But I see what you're trying to say. You know what I'm saying? And then in a small percentage, like 2%, like it's people out there not even with this person and talking about their baby mom is number one. Like, what are you talking about? So why'd you with your wife?
Yeah.
Why do you have kids? Like, but it's all around the board. But as far as how I see it, it's wife first, kid second, mama third, and baby mama last. That's how that's how I would say a person as myself as a man. And, throwing it over to you, my guy.